Day Video Competition Awards Ceremony. Tonight, because this is a video competition, we wanted to focus on visual media to talk about HIV and to help demonstrate some of the global impact that this epidemic has brought on our world, and also to talk about the local perspective. For those of you who are not aware, Catawba Care is the HIV and AIDS service organization located here in Rock Hill. We serve York, Chester, and Lancaster counties, and we provide medical care and supportive services for people living with HIV, as well as free HIV testing and community education to work to prevent the spread of HIV. How many of you are familiar with us? Okay, good. We got new faces and old friends. We'd like to thank our partners for tonight's event, Winthrop Center for Career and Civic Engagement and Winthrop Health and Counseling Services. They've been a tremendous part of making tonight possible, as well as our competition. I also want to recognize our planning committee members. So if you're here, if you raise your hand or jump up when I say your name. Laura Foster. Brianne Gemeinhart. Michael Bivens. Monica Adamian. We also want to thank our videographers and actors and actresses who helped us make a few of the videos that you'll be seeing tonight, and for all of you who submitted videos for our competition. We will be talking about the winning videos and showing them at the end of the program. Lastly, we want to thank the One Campaign and Tell Them, which are two advocacy groups who have information tables out in front. We hope that you will stop by and learn about their advocacy efforts and how you can get involved. Now I want to introduce tonight's MCs and our lovely hosts for the evening, Ms. Denise Rivera, Alice Good, Monica Adamian. All right, thank you.
Thank you, and welcome again to our award ceremony that we recognize on World AIDS Day. We hope that this will be a fun, filled, and educational experience tonight. We are here to recognize World AIDS Day by raising awareness of the continued impact of HIV/AIDS on people around the world and people right here in our community. The 2011 World AIDS Day theme is Universal Access and Human Rights. Before we go any further, everyone should have a little raffle ticket, correct? No. Or if you get a question, you should have a raffle ticket up front. We will be doing the free giveaways throughout this program, so please make sure you remember that. We'll be doing that throughout. So with that said, we're going to start with our next little video here. Let's give it up that video. There wasn't much talking, but hey, you got to see a little information, educational stuff. How many people in here have heard of SkinDeep? Raise your hand. All right, everybody has SkinDeep. Well, they are a talented group here at Winthrop, a group of students who has partnered with Catawba Care for several years for our World AIDS Day program. They use dramatic interpretations to raise awareness of issues that impact students and their health. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for SkinDeep.
Hello everybody, welcome to the Catawba Care World AIDS Day Awareness Program. Again, we're SkinDeep and I'm their Vice President, Charles Gore. Tonight, we're going, as he already said, we use theater to touch on awareness situations such as AIDS, STDs, teen pregnancies, and etc. We were founded back in 2007 by our founders Robin Fryer and Rogers Gilliam. Now tonight, we're going to do two scenes for you. One of which is called Surprise, which raises a question. Do you understand that when you sleep with somebody, do you know that you're sleeping with everybody they've already slept with in their life? Now, I'm going to bring out the cast, and we're going to run the program. Enjoy.
Best boyfriend in the world. He is so amazing. We've been dating for about a year now, and he's my first real boyfriend. He cooks for me, he cleans the house, he's so romantic and sweet. He's always buying me nice things. He constantly tells me how much he loves me. But there's just one problem. He's constantly asking me to have sex. And it's not that big of a problem, it's just I'm a virgin, and I'm scared of disappointing him. But you know what? I love him so much, and I know he loves me. So, baby, I'm ready.
Man, Shaniqua must be out of her goddamn mind. We've been together for like a year, and she still ain't been putting out. I do everything a boyfriend's supposed to do to get his girlfriend to put out. I take her to the movies. I take her out to eat. She doesn't have to pay for anything. I provide everything for my woman. But you know what? It's all good. I ain't even gonna stress over it because I got me somebody who's gonna satisfy my needs. My old ex-girlfriend, she put out way more than my own. So you know what? Lately, I've been sleeping around with her.
So about a year ago, my boyfriend breaks up with me, right? From someone new, someone better. Well, there's one thing she ain't great at, and it's putting out. But, you know, my boyfriend and I, we had a great relationship. Well, we had great sex at least. And when he came back, asking for more, I was all too happy to oblige. But he's not my boyfriend anymore. He doesn't control me. He doesn't have any say in what I do. So I'm out at the club with my friends, right? Drinking, having some fun, everything's good. And the bartender's looking at me and I'm looking back. And yeah, I was a little bit drunk. She wasn't my normal type, but I was drunk. And it was good. So we started fooling around. But then we were just screwing around, which is fooling around about dinner. And you know, my boyfriend, my ex-boyfriend, I'm sorry, not my boyfriend, he says that he won't break up with his girlfriend. He can't choose between us. So why should I choose between them?
I don't know what she think this is. Real though. That was just a one night stand. I'm real. I'm a bartender. It comes with the job. Like seriously, I meet everybody. I meet females there. I meet guys there. But hey, you can't judge me. So this man comes up to me. I was working, shaking up my drinks and whatnot. He has on a suit. What teenage boy wears a suit? That's because he wasn't a teenager. This dude 40 years old trying to holler at me. But you know, he tipped me good, so I tipped him back. I mean, don't judge me. Shit happens.
I've been working hard, getting my PhD. Still work hard to this day. to support my wife. And all I ask in return is a little love. But lately, seems like the love is nowhere to be found. Come home, she's always nagging and nagging and nagging. And she complains I don't spend time. But little does she know that the time that I'm not spending with her is devoted to her through my job so I can provide for her. But she doesn't seem to care. And she accused me of cheating because we don't ever, I tried. But I got sick and tired of being sick and tired. So, went to the club, got there, realized I'm a 40-year-old man. What am I doing at a club with a suit on? And I don't want to holler at these young girls because I'm a married man. So to make up for it, I hit the bar. Start drinking a little something. See the bartender. She winks at me. I smile at her. And, get a little conversation. And then I muster up enough courage to ask her, does she want to hit the hotel with me? And, she says yes. We get to the room, starts ripping my clothes off, caressing me, kissing me. Sooner or later, we end up having sex. But in the back of my mind, I'm thinking about my wife. Damn. Hope she doesn't find out.
This fool must think that I am stupid. Rolling up in the bed at 5 o'clock in the morning. What he fails to realize is that I got a man on the side. And I've been giving it in because he is not interested. And I have a surprise for you. I have AIDS. I have AIDS?
That scene was called Surprise. It's a very powerful scene. Now I'm going to ask our actors to stay on stage and stay in character. We're going to do something we like to call in-character processing. This is your chance to ask the characters a question while they're still in character. So, can I get a few questions? Anybody? How about this? Is this Anna Lori class in here? Yeah. Raise your hand, please. You right there. Would you mind to ask me a question? Anna Lori taught you how to analyze scenes. Do you have any questions for her?
To the wife down there. So now that you realize you had AIDS, you don't have any regrets, not any guilt?
No, because he was cheating on me, so I gave it to him. I feel really betrayed and hurt because he's my first boyfriend, so he wanted me, and now I can't be with anybody else. I'm really sad.
This was your first time having sex. Did you not use protection?
No, because I love him so much, so I trusted him.
As you can see, she has sex with one person has sex with another, and so on and so forth, and they end up affecting all their lives. When you have sex with somebody, you don't know who you're bringing into your bed because you're bringing everybody they've ever slept with into your bed. That's why it's really important, especially these days where diseases are more prevalent, to wear protection. Now, I'm going to go ahead and dismiss our cast, and I'm going to go ahead and bring our next cast. Now, the next scene is called Hearts. It's a little bit more jokey, a little bit more light, but it's still a very powerful message. Okay, aside from the heart falling off, my friend dancing around, who can tell me what they saw on the scene? He was sleeping with everybody, that's true. He was going around having a good time, not thinking about anything but having a good time and sleeping with everybody. But as you can see, he took something from everybody he slept with. I mean, it could be emotions, it could be love, or it could be a disease. You don't know these days. I mean, it's all fun and games until we all end up, catching something that's not fun. I mean, can anybody else tell me what they saw? Yes.
With each person that he had sexual intercourse with, he received something.
Yes. Which is the hearts that he got. I mean, it broke off when he took his jacket off, but it was supposed to say HIV across his chest. Which goes to show you, I mean, I've said it earlier, and it sounds like I'm preaching. I'm going to get off stage in a second. Catawba Care, take it. But I can't stress how important enough it is for everybody to wrap it up or use protection or abstinence, but because you don't know what everybody has around you. You say you can trust them, you say you know them, but you really don't know them. Now, with that said, I'm going to go ahead and thank Catawba Care and thank Winthrop Health Services for having SkinDeep coming out, and we're going to let them take over the show.
Of really bringing the message home to y'all as college students, and we're really happy to partner with them every chance we get. And we didn't plan it with them, so it works out great that what they do feeds right into what we're going to do later when we talk a little bit about our own epidemic here in the South. And we'll talk a little bit more about wrapping it up, why to wrap it up, reiterate that whole scenario of is it worth dying for the person you sleep with? And we'll also talk about how to wrap it up if you don't know how to, but that's all later. My role as one of the hosts tonight is to make sure we earn our cultural credit. Let's hear it for cultural events. We know not everybody will be here, although we have a lot of supporters and followers. We know not everybody will be here. So what I'm going to try and do is make it quick, to the point, and we'll get back to some videos. We'll win some prizes and try and answer some questions at the end too. So World AIDS Day is really a chance for us to bring awareness to the issues related to HIV. And I can say I've been doing this for over 8 years now, and every year, when I first started, every year we did it, it was a very sad occasion. We sat and talked about people we lost, people cried, people read names, we looked at quilts, and that's all we had was this remembrance. And we still want to honor that because there are plenty of us in the room who have lost people to HIV and AIDS, and there are plenty of us in the room who know people who are living with it. And so I really want to make sure that we talk about that hope, talk about those successes, because that's still there. And as the years go on, we have more hope for success. We have more hope for a light at the end of the tunnel when it comes to HIV and AIDS. But I don't want to forget the people we have lost. So obviously we know HIV is preventable, but people are still getting infected, and people don't have access to treatment, even here in the U.S. The theme of this year's World AIDS Day, as Tella said, was universal access and human rights. And that theme points out that there is an unmet need for medical care and access to medications. As I said, in the U.S., every state has an AIDS drug assistance program to help people without insurance be able to get their HIV medicine. But there are more people who need help than there's money to help. So we have a wait list. Here in South Carolina, we have a wait list for people who need medicine but can't get it. And what we're finding out is if people can be on those medicines, that can save their life. And so it's really important for us to get to the point where we can provide those medicines. It is a human right issue, and we really want to get to that point. In our country, it's a problem. People can't access those medicines. And globally, it's even a bigger problem. We know now that treatment prevents new infections. So if we can stop people from getting infected altogether, we could save even more money, and more importantly, obviously, save lives. So that's what we wanted to start out with for tonight. We're going to give some prizes away, and I'm going to bring it back out for Tellis and Denise. So for those of you who wrote down a question and put it in our bowl, we are going to pick out a ticket, a random ticket, and we may read your question later, we may not, but we wanted to give you prizes for participating. So, yeah.
So we're going to give out 2 prizes right now, and look at your tickets and the last 3 numbers. The first prize goes to 669.
Hey, right here.
And the next one would be 720. Well, come on down.
We'll continue to do that throughout to keep y'all engaged and entertained if we're not entertaining and engaging enough.
So remember, you have to stay until the very end, because the best prizes are actually the last 2.
Oh.
That's going to be an incentive for you guys to stay. So, we want to say thank you again to SkinDeep for that wonderful performance. So let's give them another round of applause. And we want to thank Monica for highlighting for us the issues of treatment to access, the impact that people living with HIV and AIDS around the world, the ones that they have. And next, we're actually going to be watching 6 short videos that will get you thinking about the global epidemic in ways that you never might have thought of before.